In this video, I'm going to show you how I store my slightly used sewing machine needles, as well as how to make it yourself. It's a really quick DIY. It only takes about 5 minutes. So what I've done is I've taken just like a $1 tomato pin cushion, and what I've done is for each segment I've written the machine needle type that I most commonly use for each section, and then the sizes of needles that I most commonly use. And then what I can do when I'm done with a sewing machine needle for a particular project, but it's still good, is I can just put it in the corresponding needle type and needle size. And I really like this technique or this method, whatever you want to call it, just because I can have this sitting next to my sewing machine and I can grab it when I need a new needle. And I instantly know for like all 20 needles that are in here, like what size and type they are. And it's been really helpful just because before I used to take the used needle and I would put it back in the case, but I would color the flat side of the needle shank, so the flat side at the top, with a Sharpie, and then put it with the flat side facing up, which is also a great method. But what it meant was I had to look through potentially like 10 different needle cases to find the size and the type of needle that I needed. So this is just a really quick way that you can keep all of your slightly used needles at hand. And then also there can be a lot of advice in the sewing world to replace your needle after every project. And I do think that is a little overly cautious. Your needle can be good for several projects and like dozens of hours of sewing as long as it's not damaged. So for me, this is just a way that I can keep my needles in good condition until I need them again. And it's a really easy way to reference both type and size. But I hope you guys found this helpful. If you want to make it yourself, all you need is a tomato pin cushion and a Sharpie and just the knowledge of which machine needle types and sizes you use the most. If you do a lot of hand sewing, you could even reserve a few sections for your hand sewing needles or make a completely separate one to keep them, your hand sewing and your machine needles separate, but use the same system. I hope this was helpful. Thanks everyone, and happy sewing.